great show. We're talking about fitness and being comfortable in your skin. We've got fitness demonstrations, skincare demonstrations, so don't go away. We're living and loving life right here on Latitude, so stay tuned.
Looking for a new career? How about a future in movie and video production? Training classes are now available in Pensacola. In this 10-week hands-on training course, you will learn lighting, audio, editing with iMovie and Final Cut Pro, camera operations, multi-camera shooting, and much, much more. If you are looking for a change or just an exciting career, don't let this opportunity pass you by. For more information, visit www.digitalmediaeducation.com or call 877-816-7655.
Oh yeah, this is totally hands-on training. It's not like you're sitting there reading a book and somebody's telling you about it. You do something with it later. It's totally hands-on.
I would recommend a class to anyone that loves music or thinks they like music, you know.
Oh, this class is banging! Man, you get to learn all the live music, how to mix it, how to record it. It's sick.
Register today and reserve your seat in the Digital Media Education Recording Workshop, 877-816-7655, or online at www.digitalmediaeducation.com.
Welcome to Latitude. How's everyone doing? We've got a great show for you tonight. We're talking about fitness and what it means to be comfortable in our body as a woman today. We've got a great panel. I want to welcome our panel, Shannon Erdwins. Courtney Lepine is a coach at Running Wild, and she's an exercise science major. So looking forward to hearing from her. And Priscilla Liebig with Zumba Pensacola. How many of you guys had a great time before the show?
Yes.
Now, tell us, Priscilla, what were we doing before the show?
We were pumping it up, getting the energy up to that level, and getting a little bit of a, dare I say, workout.
How many workout fans do we have? Yeah. Well, I like to have fun. I don't know about working out, but I like to have fun. So today, again, we're talking about fitness and what it means to be comfortable in our bodies as women, in our skin. So later on, and don't go away if you're watching by TV or by webcam, but Michelle Wardlaw, independent beauty consultant for Mary Kay, is going to be coming up and teaching us a little bit about skincare and how to take care of ourselves. So stay tuned for that. But an interesting stat that I found out in Glamour magazine, they did a survey back in the 80s and found out that 40% of women, around about 40% of women that were surveyed, were not comfortable in their body, were not comfortable in their skin. Well, in 2009, they did another survey of 16,000 women, and it found out that about 40% of women were not comfortable in their body, which means about 60% were, so that's good to know that there were more that weren't. A Center for Disease Control and Prevention in Atlanta did a survey and found out that 1/3 of the girls surveyed consider themselves overweight as compared to less than 15% of boys. And even elementary school girls were worried about their weight and about dieting. And so there can be so much pressure in our culture to tend to try to have the perfect body or the perfect form. And what do you ladies find that working in that field?
I just think as women in general, we just have that stigma of having to have that perfect physique, that perfect body. But honestly, we should really look at what perfect is for us as an individual, not for what we see on that TV show or that magazine. You know, what's perfect for you? That's how I look at it. Yeah.
A movie that recently came out, Precious. The actress, she's 300 pounds, but she has got the you would not believe the self-confidence that she has in her body.
She was strutting it on the red carpet.
And she was strutting it, and on the front of Ebony magazine, just confident as she could be. But we want to advocate living a life, a health style, but with a healthy perspective with that. And so.
Yeah, and that's exactly where I want to take that with that word health. Because if you look at yes, we set goals. I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to lose whatever. I want to get into my size, whatever dress. I think if we look at it as being healthy, you'll get to that point to being fit. Because to me, they're just hand in hand. And to be healthy, you can be fit. To be fit, you need to be healthy. So if we just focus on our health, and find something that you love to do. That's what I think is key.
I think that's the key, and I'm so glad Courtney's here tonight because you are a huge runner, right?
Oh, yeah, I love to run and
Why?
work out.
I just wonder why. Why?
To run.
I run about a quarter of a mile, half a mile, and seriously just want to pass out. But it's great. But
It's not necessarily always fun. It hurts while you're doing it, but then afterwards you're just like, yes, this feels so good, and you're like, I do want to do it again.
It's that accomplishment.
It's like,
right?
yeah. Once you do it, afterwards you just feel so good. Like when I'm running, I'm like, I hate every minute. This is not fun at all. But then afterwards, you just feel so great, and you're like, I want to do that again. You don't know why, but you just feel so good and energized, and so,
Isn't it a mindset too? Like you say, I'm going to do this, but if you doubt yourself, you'll never do it.
And it builds that endurance. I think because you feel like you can't keep going, and you just keep on pressing, keep on pressing, keep on pressing. And a study was done, and I pulled this off of the John Tesh radio show. Thank you, John Tesh. But found out that of athletic equipment or gym equipment, that most calories were burned off of the treadmill versus the elliptical and some of the other ones. So running, and contrary to belief, was not as bad for your knees as some may think to be. So really building that endurance and building that strength.
Even walking, like if you're walking at a really fast pace, it's almost the same as running. If you're walking at like 5 miles per hour, that's pretty much the same as you're going to lose more calories than running at that speed. So I mean.
Or have that interval, running and walking.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Like walk a little bit and then say, I'm going to sprint to the mailbox, and then if you
Surely I can make it to one more mailbox.
If you set small goals, it's a lot easier,
That's what I did last weekend. So I actually did a run. I don't normally run, but I did, and I did pretty good. But I did the run walk, and it worked for me. So.
A lot of people like that because no one wants to go out running, and then they think walking's not good enough, but just do both of them, and it works.
And confidence. Working out is such a huge confidence builder for women. I know I feel great, more so than when I'm dancing or maybe doing Zumba than when I'm running. But talk about that, because that was a huge part of you growing up and getting into...
Yeah, I was always very active growing up. My parents always had us outdoors, running, playing until, the sun was coming down. And then even going into school, middle school, high school, always active dance team. I tried basketball, made one goal the whole season, so I kind of dropped it. But, I know, and that's it. I found something that I was really good at, and I stuck with it. And just, having that affiliation with other people my age that like to do something that I was interested in, it helped me just build that confidence and, camaraderie within, other women and other girls, and it was really great. So, yeah. And
so what do you ladies find? And even Shannon, I know you're a dance instructor and choreographer as well, which completely ties into fitness and Zumba. It's kind of the whole same. But whether you're coaching for running or you're teaching dance or even Zumba, what do you find when you're investing, especially in women, how that builds their confidence and affiliation with other women?
I know it's a lot of women, they don't like to exercise by themselves. I mean, we may be kind of in the minority with that. I know my mom, she won't get out there and walk unless I'm actually with her walking, and then she's totally fine. She's totally entertained. And, of course, we talk the whole time, but...
that's good, though.
Yeah.
Feeling that endurance and stuff. And even with my classes, my Zumba fitness classes, I find that very rarely will a woman try it for the first time by herself. She's always got a friend, that comes with her. Now, I do have men who come, but they come by themselves, and so, but that, it's just that special thing, I know, that we women have with one another. We just have that little bond.
We have to go to the bathroom together.
Makeup parties, costume parties. Women just like to hang together. And it creates a healthy sense of competition.
Yes.
You see your lady, friend, she's going the extra mile. You're like, well, if she can do it, I can do it. Even in being in your class.
Yes. I'm sorry, but because I just thought of something. Because there's these two women that I absolutely adore, and Melissa and Dawn, if y'all are watching, they are just always together like Twinkies, and they're best of friends. And they even have their little pedometers. And if one goes to the bathroom, she's like, I'm going with you. You can't get more miles than I am, that I have. And so they're always together. And here, just recently, her friend, one of them went out of town for like a week and a half. And the other one came to the class, but you should have seen her face. She's like, I'm by myself today. So yeah, but she was there. But once her friend came back, she's like, yay, we're here again. So yeah, it's just testament to that friendship and that bonding that we do. Yeah.
And I even, when I was in your class, I heard one lady said that as long as she's in front of you, she feels like she's just, it's like she came by herself, but you were there with her and she felt connected. And
like a personal session.
That's right. Yeah.
So, and I think we can tend to go that extra mile, builds that confidence to go the extra mile. And I think about every time I get in your Zumba class, Priscilla, and she's doing the kickboxing, and it's just like she's gonna break through that brick, and I just lock eyes and I'm like, okay, I got that. And it just, you keep going because you got that affiliation. Other people are with you, and you can go that extra mile.
Right.
And do that.
I love it because it's after work and you got a person's face in mind, and you're just sorry.
It is, and that's another great benefit about exercising. You can have the worst day, just be down, and you step into that fitness class, and by the end of it, you've got those endorphins that are kicking in, your mood changes.
All around, like in your outlook of life, even when you exercise.
Why is that? Why is that?
Again, exercise is just going to release that stress and just just kind of revive the body, and I think of Zumba as holistic because, you're relieving the stress, you're working the muscles, and your mind is just free from everything else. You're just in that session for that while, and you're just in that moment, having that time of your life, and then afterwards you're like, wow, you're just on this high. You're just like, wow, I can go and do this and that and this. My mother-in-law asked, aren't you just tired afterwards? I'm like, no, I'm pumped up. I'm ready to just go and do stuff. So it's just tons of fun. Love it. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about Zumba, how it originated, and what it
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's a great story. Of course, Beto Perez is the creator of Zumba Fitness, and he's from Colombia. And he was a fitness instructor in Colombia, and he forgot his fitness tape that he usually does. Like, I don't know if he did step or whatever. Anyhow, he forgot his fitness tape.
History.
Yeah. And so he goes to his car, gets his CDs, or no, tape cassettes back then. It was like the 80s.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's a tape?
Right.
You know what a tape?
You know what a tape cassette is? Yeah, and so he just brings in like his salsa merengue music and says, I'm sorry guys, we're gonna try something different. Just follow my lead. And they did it and they loved it. So when he came to the US in Miami, he got together, with people that were willing to accept his ideas and go forth with it. And it was just in the right place at the right time. And they just created this whole program, and it's taken off. Yeah. So
And it's all about having fun.
fun. It's just a party. Yes. Fun stuff.
How
and
many
just
of you had fun at the beginning? Kind of like a party, a little dance party?
Yeah. And so that's why we like to say, ditch the workout and join the party.
Yeah.
All
That's
about
what it's
it.
all about.
All
Yeah.
about it. Having a great
As
time.
soon as the ladies heard the music, there were several of them in the back, and you can't help but to move to that music.
My husband and my father, they just can't help but just start tapping the feet. And then I'm like, come on, drum. No.
I think the salsa dancing moved up to my mouth when we started the show, and I was just so overwhelmed. It's the party.
Yeah.
But where can anybody who wants to join you, where can they join you at?
Well, I'm at 2 locations, and the Knights of Columbus in downtown Pensacola, and also at the Vickery Center off of Summit Boulevard. And the beauty of my classes is that there's no contract, there's no commitment, so whenever you have time in your schedule, which I hope is often, I'm there for you, and it's only $5 a class, so. Yeah.
Can't beat that. Can't beat that. Well, you've got a few moves that you're going to break down for us.
Yeah.
And kind of show us, tell us what you're going to do a little
Well, I'm just going to kind of show you how Zumba Fitness can focus on different parts of the body, and how it can help you just kind of tone and whatever you're looking to do, show you.
bit. Come on.
All right.
All right. You guys ready? Woo!
All right, well, basically, with the salsa step that we did tonight, it's just a basic salsa forward, step together, and back, step together. Now, you can do basic up, touch, back, touch, or you can did a little bit more of the hip, get the abs involved, so you're twisting and then back, and you're working the whole core. And then, of course, you get the arms going, same thing, okay? There's also another move, side to side, working those little glute areas on the sides and the hamstrings and all that stuff, and just working those saddlebags. Can I say that? Yes, and having fun, yeah. And of course, working the core at all times, working that core. Now, what I love that I didn't do tonight, but merengues. I don't know if y'all like the merengues. Yes. And basically, merengues is like marching. You're just marching, but then again, you add the hips, and then you do the arms, and you're working those arms, working the core. Yeah, yeah. And then you can switch it up, bring them down, bring them up. So you can even bring it down, working those legs. And so you're just getting that whole body and the whole thing. Now, I don't want to say workout. That's not, no. Yeah. But yeah, you get the point of all that. And so it's just a lot of fun. A lot of this area right here. So it's good.
So we're working, when we do this, we're working our lower arms in here.
Your mainly biceps when you're doing that. Don't want to knock you out. But and a little bit of the triceps as well. Yeah, so you're getting all those muscle groups in there. Yeah, having a good time.
And having a good time, just having fun about it. And that difference between being defined, what you should be, and who you are. You're a person, we're people having fun, enjoying what we're doing, and caring for our body. Just keep moving.
Yep.
Just keep moving.
And I'm a personal testimony. What was it, Wednesday? I just felt like crying. I mean, I just had a day at work, you know, and I come to Priscilla's class, and she is so full of energy, and just like, she really cares about the people, and, you know, and she just gets out there, and by the time it was over, I was like, oh, let's go out to eat, you know, or just, you know, I was just in such a good mood, you know, it's amazing.
Energized.
Yeah. I guess I shouldn't eat after I do it.
Honestly, that's probably the better time to do it, because your metabolism's up, still burning, so keep that in mind, okay? Now, don't go out and eat a whole pizza by yourself.
That's when you work it out before you eat.
But I kind of want to go back to the whole health thing, because again, I cannot stress that whole point of being healthy. I was just looking at a little informative thing on Mayo Clinic talking about how heart disease, we're very worried about breast cancer nowadays, but actually heart disease is like a #1 killer in women. And ages 25 to 44, it's the third leading killing thing for women in that age group. So yeah.
Wow. So it is important.
Yes.
You know, yes, we should be comfortable in the body God gave us, but at the same time, we need to be healthy and be active and have a good time.
Exactly.
Well, I think we've got a few questions from our studio audience.
How many times a week, Priscilla, should we exercise?
I want to say at least 3 to 4 times a week is good
And
time.
how long should that be each duration?
At least a good 30 minutes in there. Yeah, if you can get at least good 30 minutes, 3 to 4 times a week, you're going to be good.
Now, when you say 30 minutes, is that 30 minutes aerobic or?
Yeah, good cardio.
Good cardio. Okay.
Don't you agree, Courtney?
Yeah, definitely. And if you want to, you know, do shorter amounts of time, if you don't have a lot of time on your hands, do higher intensity, and less time if you don't have a lot of time on your hands, you know. So, but definitely get good cardio in at least 5 days a week if you can.
That's a good point about higher intensity. There's a good correlation between, and explain a little bit the correlation between mixing a high intensity, like steps and moves, whether it's Zumba or whether it's running, walking with low intensity, and kind of how that burns.
Well, it's kind of like we talked earlier with the interval training. You get a better workout doing the intervals because you're bringing that heart rate up, and then you're bringing it down, so you're getting that better workout.
Your body's not like just stabilizing, plateauing. It's just you keep moving. And I like to do higher intensity just because it's less time. I mean, I like exercising, but like aerobically, if you just do, you know, sprints for like 15 minutes, you know, it's like the same amount if you were doing like running really slow for an hour, you know. So.
Well, with that, we are going to welcome Michelle Wardlaw, independent beauty consultant with Mary Kay. And Michelle is going to give us some points on skincare.
Yay, yeah, I sure am. And actually, I'm going to invite Courtney to come up and be my gorgeous face for tonight, because Skincare, you know, the theme of the show tonight was being comfortable in your skin. And so fitness, of course, is a huge part of that. But you have your skin till you're dead, girls, okay? So your face and your skin, your body, you want to make sure that you're taking care of that as well. And so in about 5 minutes or less, I'm going to show you a way to do that. So there's two important things with your skincare. The two most important things are, one, you want to use a premium product on your face. Soap is not a premium product. Anything that you're using here and here should not go here, okay? Mainly because it doesn't have anything in it. It's going to strip your face of its oils and minerals and vitamins that it needs, just like we don't use it for our hair, right? And it's going to make you prematurely age. The second thing is you want to stay in the same brand name of skincare. A lot of people don't know that, but whether you're using what we're demonstrating today, Mary Kay, because that's who I'm a beauty consultant with, whether you're using Mary Kay or whether you're using some other brand, you want to stay in the same brand name. And the reason why is because this cleanser and this day solution and this moisturizer have all been formulated to work together. So if you're pulling Mary Kay cleanser and you're pulling, you know, Aveeno moisturizer, it's like chemical warfare on your face. And it's actually, you're not going to get the results that you want. It makes sense, right? And a lot of people, because I know I used to be like that, and when I finally found that out, it was like, well, you know. So that makes sense. So I'm going to have Courtney first
Michelle,
dampen her face.
Quick question. Is that what can cause blotchiness?
It can cause blotchiness. It can cause breakouts. It can cause irregular dryness. It can cause, as a matter of fact, if you're not using the right formula, it can cause your face to go, we need more oil. And then you've got this oil slick on your face because you may not, you know, your product, your skincare product should be balancing your skin, okay? So what we're going to do first is go ahead and just dampen. You're going to just avoid the eye area. Your eyes, you should have a specific cleanser and firming eye cream, something like that for your eye area, which we're not going to go into big depth tonight. We're going to focus mostly on the face. But just to let you know, you always want to be gentle with your eye area. It's the only part of the face, the skin on your face that's not attached to muscle. That's why it's first to sag, bag, and drag. We want to tighten, lighten, and brighten, right? So, okay, but we're going to go on from there. Okay, so we just dampened our face. The first, we're going to be working our way up the tray tonight. The first thing that she's going to do, so go ahead and just scoop that up. We're going to rub them together, and then when she's putting it on her face, you always want to go upward and outward. We don't want to be helping gravity by dragging down on your skin. Upward and outward, and she's not going to show this tonight, but usually when I do my skincare, I do it all the way down my neck, and I even do it a little bit on my chest. Your face ends here, okay? So you've seen those women, they have these gorgeous faces of skin, and then they got that chicken neck going on.
I didn't know that.
You know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. I know you do. And it may be you. Oh, Timmy, start taking care of your skin. Okay. So yeah, you want to make sure you do it all the way to the neck. So what she's put on now, there's 5 essential steps to healthy skincare, okay? So right now, she's just put it on all over, and she's going to take her little cloth. Did you already wipe it off? Yeah, and then you're going to take it, so she's just kind of dampened it. Now, of course, you would do this at your sink with some water, and it'd be a little easier, but this is our little demo table. So she's going to take her cloth and go upward and outward and just make sure that it's all squeaky clean. So the 5 steps that we're going to walk through tonight, and she's, well, I'm going to tell you a surprise that she's just done, are cleansing. You want to make sure that you're cleaning your face every day. Girls, you want to do it in the morning and the night. Okay, if you don't do it in the morning, it's a misdemeanor. If you don't do it at night, it's a felony. It is bad, 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 okay? Because if you go, think about it, all the elements are bombarding your skin all night long, and then you go on that pillow, and you're just rubbing it, and it's bad for your skin, okay? It's going to just be setting into your skin. So you want to make sure you're cleaning morning and night. Okay, so you want to cleanse, get all the dirt and grime off. You want to make sure that you're exfoliating. Now, exfoliating gets off all the dead, dry skin. When you are 12 years old, get this, it takes you like 2 days to replace every cell on your face. How cool is that, right? Yeah, well, guess what? When we age, it can take up to 128 days. Wow. So you want to exfoliate so you can get the dead, dry skin off so that your face can reproduce new cells. And also, you want to make sure that you tone. That's the third essential step. Toning makes the pores smaller. Now, why is that important? 2 reasons. 1, when your pores are smaller, that means that your skin is going to be smoother and firmer. When we age, they get bigger, and then sag, bagging, and dragging happens, okay? So we want to make sure that we tighten them up. Also, when you have smaller pores, less dirt and grime gets in there, so you're going to have less blemishes. What's so fun, why I love who I promote, Mary Kay, is because she just did 3 of those babies right here. 1 product. She just cleansed, exfoliated, and toned all in one. Yay! We don't have time to be swapping a bunch of glop on our face, do we, girls? No. No, okay. All right, so the next thing that she's going to put on, we're actually going to skip the fourth step and go straight into the fifth step, which is protection. Yes, and you're going to put this one right on your face there. Avoid the eyes. Just put it on like you would a moisturizer. Now, in Mary Kay, we have a wrinkle team, a day and a night solution, but the fifth step is protection. You want to make sure that you are protecting yourself from the skin, and this is for the lightest, fairest Caucasian woman or man, you know, everybody, they both got skin, I guess, right, to the darkest shade of African American woman. It doesn't matter. You need to put on your SPF every day because 80% of damage to our skin happens from the sun. And it doesn't matter, you know, who you are. So you want to make sure you do that. What she's putting on her face right now has SPF of 25 in it, so she's getting that sunblock. And it also has some peptides and light diffusers, which help. It's got some anti-aging qualities in it, which is really fun. That's just, we all want to stay younger and more gorgeous, right? So it's going to give her lesser fine lines and wrinkles, but also it's going to smooth her skin so that her makeup goes on pretty, okay? And then the last thing that she's going to put on, almost, is the moisturizer, which is here. Okay, girls, I don't care if your skin is dry or an oil slick. Moisturize. You must say it with me.
Moisturize.
Okay, this is why. This is because a lot of girls are like, my skin's so oily. If I had to put on moisturizer, I'm just going to be dripping, and that's gross, and you know, you don't want to gross people out. Moisturizing is important because it's like a drink of water for your skin. It's like you're giving a big glug of water, and it's keeping it hydrated. Think of the difference between a grape and a raisin. Ooh, we don't want to look like a raisin, do we? No. We want to look like big plump grapes. So we want to make sure that we are moisturizing. And if you're not using, if you do have super oily skin and moisturizer makes it worse, you may be using the wrong formula. So again, when you're looking into investing in skincare, you want to make sure that you're going to be using the right formula for your face. And in Mary Kay, we have combination, we have normal to dry, and we also have some products for super oily skin and super dry skin as well. So make sure you're getting the right formula. Okay, so how does your skin feel? Clean, squeaky clean? Okay, so cleanse, exfoliate, tone, moisturize, protect. Now, in Mary Kay, our fifth step of protection is not just about SPF, it's also about protecting it from the elements. We have these fun things in the air called free radicals, and what they do all day long, their only job is to bombard your skin and break it down on a cellular level. So what we're gonna do, the last thing that we're gonna do for Courtney is we are just going to put a little bit of foundation on her skin.
Thank you, ladies, so much for joining us today. And if you're watching by webcam or by television, thank you for joining our audience today. We've been talking about being comfortable in your skin and your body as a woman. God has created us in His image and after His likeness. And so we can be confident in knowing that and in knowing Him and in trusting Him with that. So thank you. You've been watching Latitude, where we live and we love life. We live, we move, and we have our being in Him. Stay tuned for more here on Latitude.
Mambo.
Looking for a new career? How about a future in movie and video production? Training classes are now available in Pensacola. In this 10-week hands-on training course, you will learn lighting, audio, editing with iMovie and Final Cut Pro, camera operations, multi-camera shooting, and much, much more. If you are looking for a change or just an exciting career, don't let this opportunity pass you by. For more information, visit www.digitalmediaeducation.com or call 877-816-7655.
Oh yeah, this is totally hands-on training. It's not like you're sitting there reading a book and somebody's telling you about it, you do something with it later. It's totally hands-on.
I would recommend the class to anyone that loves music or thinks they like music, you know.
Oh, this class is banging! Man, you get to learn all the live music, how to mix it, how to record it. It's sick.
Register today and reserve your seat in the Digital Media Education Recording Workshop, 877-816-7655, or online at www.digitalmediaeducation.com.